see this too?
Yeah.
You sure?
Yeah.
I don't know, man. You up on game?
Yeah.
Hey,
Yeah.
look,
That's
listen,
what I was
listen.
telling you, man.
Okay, well, I don't know that, man. I ain't never did it. You too fast. You move too fast for me.
Yeah.
You,
Fast as
yeah, you.
grease lightning.
I know, man. What the hell is going on, man? How
Hey, a
you
little
doing,
bit.
man?
Man, I'm good, man. Where you at in the world?
I'm where you was at when you last talked to me in the Philippines, man.
Oh,
You didn't be you listen. See, we doing two different things. You know what I'm
the
saying?
mean green Philippines.
But I'm just saying though that I've been saying that to you is kind of like saying, I went to the softball game. You know what I'm saying? 'Cause you going to the World Series. You see what I'm trying to say? Like the
For
type of
sure.
traveling you doing is like World Series traveling. Serious traveler, serious. These
Hmm.
guys don't have a clue about how you do your thing, man. But I can't keep up with you, dog. I can't keep up with you, man.
Hey, it's like the weather, man. It change every day.
And you go about it so raw, it's so cool, and it's so it's player. You know what I'm saying? And I think this is what I want to talk about, man. I think that these guys missed the mark when they came up with this passport bro stuff, man. I don't
Mm,
think that they really understood. And I think you are a perfect example of what it really should be, man. You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? So, I mean, we ain't
So
gonna
what
front.
so what you saying they turn passport bros in? Some simps and suckers or what, man? Pop your pee now. Pop
Hey
your
man,
pee when
I'm
you're
get
talking to
warm
me,
up.
man.
I'm gonna get warm
Hey,
up. Hey
hey,
man, I'm gonna
pop
get
your pee
warmed
when
up on them.
pop your pee when you're talking to me now.
Man,
Yeah.
I'm trying to warm up, dog. I don't want to just go off on them just too fast with it, cause I want them to like my people to kind of understand. Cause dog, you come along. I mean, you've been doing your thing, man. But I'm just saying, you came from a long way, some gangster shit. You know what I'm saying? Now you on this diplomatic. You know what I'm saying? World travel. You setting a good example. So that's why I didn't want to just go in on them because I want to start out like on a positive note, man. Because I feel like that. That's what it's really about, man. Is
Mhm.
if it can be done right, and I think you're doing it right, man. So I mean, kind of just tell. I mean, I know you don't want to do too much talking, man. But whatever you feel like saying, can you just kind of what I'm saying? Give them some game.
Basically, the people need to know who we dealing with. It's me and you on here, so you got to pop your P. You got to let them know who behind the young dope man. You dig what I'm saying? You got to let them know.
Okay, but see, I didn't want to go off on them like that, Joe. I didn't want
You
to go
got
off
to.
on them,
You
man.
got straight P, no chaser, man.
Okay. Look, Joe, man, here it is, man. Hold on, let me warm up on it, man. The deal is, man, we got a bunch of suckers that then infiltrated the game, man, and they kind of ruining these places for players like us that we can't go and really enjoy the whole deal. Now they leaving the scenery to us. Like we can go and go in the water, we can go here. Them niggas ain't there. But when it
Hmm.
comes to the females, they fucking up the game. They looking at it as an opportunity to just go get some pussy. They hopping on the plane just like a nigga get on the highway and go to a bitch's house. They'll hop on the plane for 12 hours, 13 hours just to go fuck on the bitch. You know what I'm talking about? So that's the difference, man. We can't, I mean, that's kind of fucking up for everybody. Because when I go certain places, man, when I touch down, nigga, I want to have me a drink, some water, some sand, and a bitch. But y'all niggas just eliminate the bitch part because y'all got it on some motherfucking sucker shit. You see what I'm saying? So that's what we dealing with, JoJo. That's what we dealing with, man. And
I, lo- I see a lot of them been over there with the she boys. What part of the game is that? Hey man, they over there playing the hanky panky and everything. I I
hey
said I
man,
can't click on that video, man. What's happening? What's really
man,
going on?
man, I think these guys are just they exploring shit. They just getting turned out, man. They don't know how to handle the pressure, man, of really being getting up on game. They in the States where like a normal brother can function in the States. These guys can't function in the States, man. They gotta go when they do this. And then I think they just fall victim to a lot of that shit. A lot of that shit is, man, they don't know. Now I'm gonna give them that.
Mhm.
A lot of the shit they don't know, but most of them guys, they know what they doing when they ain't getting involved with that stuff, man. That's just I don't know how they looking at it, man, but it's strange to me. Where you
Right.
at right now, Joe?
I'm in the Windy City, man.
Okay.
Chirac.
Is it cold, man? What's going on, man? Shit.
Yeah, well, it's been like 70. Um, it's been like 70s and 50s. You know the weather. You know this type of weather during this time. Um, I'm trying to. Yeah, so it's been the weather been cool overall. It ain't
A lot
below
of
zero. Long as you can duck that below zero. Stay woke. Say the Sims got the money nowadays. So that's what he. Okay.
I
He
hope we
said
on
it.
my shit too. Let me check, man, because my people
Yeah,
need to see.
because it's a share.
Well, I mean, I hit your shit and it bounced me around. I don't know, man. It was like, okay, wait a minute. Is
Yeah,
it?
yeah, it's on there.
No, it's not. I don't know. Hold on. Let me see, dog. We might have fucked it up. Hold on. I'm just gonna double check this shit because I don't see it.
It's people in here. I'm looking at them.
Well, it should be a whole lot more than that. Hold on. Let's see. Yeah, I think it's
Y'all hit the likes and hit the notification
they
bell.
need to
Let's
do
see
something
something.
because I don't see dog. I don't see us, man.
The people in
I'm
here
on here.
hit the.
I'm looking at my channel. I don't see nothing.
You know what? Cause you put the link in somewhere.
No, because it
Put
should
the
be
link.
like
I'm trying
put
to
what
think how I could.
I seen what it said go together, man, but I don't think this
Yeah,
it
hit
might
the
not
link.
be
Tell,
like you know
tell
what? I gotta give you my link. This is I'm telling you, this is on your live. Cause I gotta give you my just like you sent me something that gets me to jump on your live. I needed to send you my shit so you can jump on mine. That's what it was.
you
That's what
think
happened.
that's
'Cause
what it is?
I'm looking at it now and I don't see my live up. I got another thing playing, another broadcast playing, so I know it ain't us. I'm not on there. But it's
So
all
put that's
good.
what I'm saying. Put the link in the broadcast. Put the link in there. You see what I'm saying? Put the link I sent you in the broadcast into what you talking about on
No,
the
no, no,
phone.
no. Look, let me show you what I'm doing. Look, hold on.
If you copy and paste it, see they telling you right now. They say link it. You got to put the link in the whatever you got going on right now. Put the copy and paste that link
Violence, man.
in the comment.
Like, where are you at?
Put the link in there. Put the
Like,
link in the comments.
she came, man. I was like, what
Put the
happened?
link I sent you in the comments.
Okay, hold on.
Yeah, see, they said they lies. They say link it. Yeah, that's what you got to do.
He, no, but I guarantee you when this is over, it's gonna be on your page and not mine. I guarantee that. I guarantee that. Cause it's Joe, I know this
This is my
YouTube shit,
first time doing it, but they telling us what to do in the comments right
but
here.
they
They saying,
wrong. This nigga's wrong. What hey dog, what you mean Lincoln? Why tell me to explain
but
itself. Cause I'm
just
on here now and I don't
copy and paste the link I sent you and put it
I'm
in there.
doing that, JoJo. All that's gonna do is go in the live that I'm already got going, and then it's gonna be
It's linked. That's they gonna link it. Put that link put the link I sent you in the comments and
okay.
just
But you don't
tell them to join the live. It's
them
gonna be the
niggas ain't
same
gonna do
thing.
that. Them niggas ain't gonna come over there like that, dog. They you
They
I know my
already
people.
the link already gonna be there. They gonna be on here. We already on here
Okay, well,
together.
you know what I'm doing? I got access to your people, so I'm gonna go in over here like it's so I'm gonna promote my shit. Yeah, man, it's Tom Yum Lechon, man.
Go
We out here in
ahead.
the motherfucking Philippines, you know what I'm saying? Let me tell you something, man. It's a lot of tricking going on out in this motherfucker. Look, I'm
Yeah,
gonna put my link in your chat. Y'all niggas, this is hey JoJo, leave this shit up too, man.
I
JoJo,
don't
man,
take.
you know what, dog?
I don't
I
edit
go
nothing.
listen. Huh? Okay, listen, man. I gotta say this to you, man, because I never said this to you, and I know you don't want to talk about this shit, man. But that was some cold shit. Can I talk about this? This is the thing about the traveling first, though. But that
Go
was some
ahead.
cold shit. When that nigga said, I know you didn't, this is old, Joe, but I ain't never been able to say this to you, man. Because I heard that when I heard that song, that nigga say, he said, the nigga said, I called JoJo to get the chain. He didn't have the 10 stacks. Picture that. That shit was cold, boy. Boy,
Oh,
that was some cold shit, man. I mean, I love that shit. That was some, I don't know. That's something I probably should have told you off the earth, man. But that was some cold shit, man. Just that whole visual I had of that shit. Cause you know I wasn't there. It was just the visual of that situation. That's some
mm-hmm.
cold shit. A lot of niggas don't know about that. You know what I'm saying? Like these new niggas, they don't know, and I don't think you want to associate yourself with that kind of stuff anymore. I don't know what you're, because it seemed like you try to get away from that. Like
Well,
that's like,
everybody got a past, and the past is the past, and you got, they bringing it up right now, doing all kind of interviews, speaking on it, but they saying some other guys got it back. That let them have it, man.
really,
you know,
really, really.
like
Okay,
let them.
I ain't seen that. I ain't seen it, and
Yeah,
I just
yeah,
thought
yeah.
you didn't want to bring it up. Like I was like, because you know what? That's the thing now. Niggas getting on these talk shows and shit and podcasts and kind of hash the stories like so
Mhm.
that had to be a hell of a story. I mean, because I
That's
mean
because a
it
lot of them.
really
That's what they gotta do. You know what I'm saying? Salute
yeah.
everybody that's tapping in. Y'all hit the like button, hit the notification bell, cause I don't go live all the time, so you know how that go.
And I got him
Y'all
to
be
go
on.
live. I couldn't believe it. I got the nigga to go live,
Yeah,
and
I don't be on.
this is something spectacular. I'm gonna have to, damn man, I hope my people see this shit. But listen,
I
that
told you.
whole situation.
Listen, you on here, so it don't matter. You on here, and your name in the comments. Your name is in the I put your name in the what's the name in the title. All
I'm
you
gonna have to
gotta
clip.
do is
Hey, look, I'm gonna have to clip this shit, and
all,
I'm gonna have to
all you
clip
gotta
some
do is
of it and
put
put it over so this can see.
yeah. All you gotta do is put the link in there. That's all you gotta do.
Jojo, listen what I'm saying, dog. You don't know what the point I'm trying to make with this shit about. I've been traveling all this time and I ain't ran into a dude quite like you. You see what I'm trying to say? Like,
Hey man,
so
hey man, say man, ain't you ever heard of one of a kind? You dig what I'm saying? You
but
ever
this
heard of
this is what I'm saying though. It's like this travel game is flooded with suckers,
man?
pure suckers. So for you to have a mentality that you want to go far and beyond. I know, nigga, if the prices get right, you'll go to the moon
Hey, but
with
did this
Elon
here.
Musk.
I told Elon, come on with it, man. You know,
Would you
I
make that
told
trip? Would you make that
yeah,
trip?
I told him come on with it, man.
Wow. That's a
Only thing I'm
long
miss,
way, dog.
only thing
That's a
I'm missing
long
is
way.
Mars. Hey
I believe
man,
that, man. Can you listen? Give me the rundown of the spots you've been. Like,
it's
you
195 countries, man.
dang.
My footsteps everywhere. It's six continents, but they say it's seven. But I'm really covering all six because uh Dr. Ben or Sheikh Auntie Diop say one of them, I don't misquote me, said that Europe is not a continent by description. So
Okay.
so if
I
that's
don't
the
know what.
case, I'm covering all continents.
Why would he say Europe wasn't a continent?
I think the definition is something about being attached to some, I don't know, for by a body of water, something like that.
Okay.
Something he said that he
Okay.
said that Europe ain't. I should have saved that video because it's an important statement. But I know I got some brothers that can either send me that video or tell me where I can find it when he mentions it.
Okay. How did that change your life doing all that? How did it affect you? Because you going different places, you breathing in different air, you drinking different water, you seeing different shit, you get different vibes, you get different sick, you're absorbing different shit. How did that mess with your chemistry? Not in a bad way, but I'm saying, how did that change you as a person, or did it even change you?
Well, coming from the projects, of course, it's gonna change you. You seeing something outside of them pissy hallways. But let me see something. They live said because of Russia. But explain to us what you mean about because of Russia. And Saluti say he still watch the Dubai video. But they telling us right here, uh, maybe is it the Eurasia? Oh, maybe that's why. The Eurasia situation.
Okay. Not familiar with that.
Yeah, and I just had a brother speak on it. Um, The man, my mind all over the place right now. I just had the brother speak on it when he said the Pangea. The Pangea is when it was all one continent.
Oh,
You see what I'm
the
saying?
land bridge. They said something about the land bridge and
The
stuff.
Pangea when it was all one continent, and
Mm,
then when it split up, you know what I'm saying? No problem. You're welcome. You know when it was all one continent, and then when it split, Africa and Asia split, and then the bottom part split, which was Madagascar. So
mm,
Madagascar is the oldest island in the world, but
mm.
it was Eurasia. I mean, it was yeah, it was Africa and Asia. They called it
Okay.
the Pangea, you know, and when it split, just say like an earthquake, it split it. So it left
Okay.
Africa over here and Asia over here, and at that bottom right there, bam, that was Madagascar.
Okay. So that would make Europe an island if it's not a continent. What would it, I mean? Because it's separated. So what are they saying? It's,
Okay, here you go. Russia is Eastern Europe and Northern Asia. You know, see, I got my well now that we got a history class. Hold on. This, this my little notes right here. So this papers is okay now this something you gotta know. So this the list of countries in Asia. So as it states, being the biggest continent in the world, which is a lie, but being the biggest continent in the world, Asia includes 50 independent countries and occupies the eastern part of the single Eurasian landmass, surrounded by the Arctic Ocean from the north, by the Pacific Ocean from the east, and by the Indian Ocean from the south. It is separated from Africa by Canal, the Suez Canal. The Mediterranean Sea and the Black Sea separate Asia from Europe. Farther, the overland border runs through the Caucasus Mountains, the Caspian Sea, the Ural River, and the Ural Mountains. This boundary crosses through the territory of Russia, Kazakhstan, Azerbaijan, I guess, Azerbaijan, Georgia, and Turkey. So these states are in both continents. Armenia and Cyprus geographically are in Asia, but politically and culturally, they also are considered as a part of Europe. The largest of the Asian countries by area is Russia. So in reality, Russians is Asians. They
mm,
not Europeans. See, this the stuff people don't know. And that's why, like when they call people from India, they call them Indians, but they Asians. They from the continent of Asia. But because it was one continent, I mean, because it was all one landmass, you get that darker melanin from them from Africa. You see what I'm saying? So when they do a DNA test, that's what's going to show up. But let me go back. Okay, so the largest of Asian countries by area is Russia, which occupies about 30% of the total territory of the continent. The smallest one of the independent states is the Maldives. It is an archipelago of islands famous for its beach resorts. The most visited by tourist country in the region is China, as a huge cultural center, followed by no less popular destinations like India, Thailand, Malaysia, and Turkey. So when you read, so if you hear that, that's 50 independent countries in Asia alone, right? So you got Afghanistan, Armenia, Azerbaijan Azerbaijan, Bahrain, Bangladesh, Bhutan, Brunei, Cambodia, China, Cyprus, Georgia, India, Indonesia, Iran, Iraq, Israel, Japan, Jordan, Kazakhstan, Kuwait, Kyrgyzstan, Laos, Lebanon, Malaysia, Maldives, Mongolia, Myanmar, Nepal, North Korea, Oman, Pakistan, Palestine, Philippines, Qatar, Russia, Saudi Arabia, Singapore, South Korea, Sri Lanka, Syria, Taiwan, Tajikistan, Thailand, Timor Leste, Turkey, Turkmenistan, the UAE, United Arab Emirates, Uzbekistan, Vietnam, and Yemen. So them the 50 countries in Asia. So
That's
you
deep,
see
man.
but you see you done heard you wouldn't have thought that they saying Iraq and Iran and Israel is a part of Asia. But you see this what else was that? Um so I guess Russia, Saudi Arabia. So all of that, Sri Lanka, all of that is a part of Asia. They giving that the land of Asia. Now let me see. Now this is the list of countries in Europe. Europe is a unique continent which is not surrounded by water, and I think that's why the definition of either Dr. Ben or Sheikh Anta Diop said that it's not a continent. Because
Okay.
because of
Okay.
I guess by definition of what a
Right.
continent is.
Okay.
So
Okay.
it's a Europe is a unique continent which is not surrounded by water from all directions and has an overland border with neighboring Asia.
Mm.
Physiographically, it occupies the northwestern part of the large landmass known as Eurasia and
Mm.
surrounded from the north by the Arctic Ocean, from the west by the Atlantic Ocean, from the south by the Mediterranean Sea, and from the southeast by the Black Sea. Definition of the correct border between two continents was a big question for geographers and politicians. Nowadays, it's commonly delineated by the Ural Mountains in Russia, the Caspian Sea, and the Caucasus Mountains. Now, Europe includes 51 independent states. But see, this is what I'm saying. So basically, they saying it's 50. Okay, well, let me just say that 51 independent states: Russia, Kazakhstan, Azerbaijan, Georgia, and Turkey are transcontinental countries, partially located in both Europe and Asia.
Mm.
Armenia, and you know what? Because when I was in Turkey, it's a bridge, and I was sitting on the Europe side of Turkey. But once you
Okay.
cross the bridge, right? Because you can walk this bridge.
Okay.
Once you walk across the bridge, you in Asia,
Wow.
literally. So it's literally a bridge that you can walk across. So they was driving, but you can walk across it.
Where do you
I'm
land
sure.
at in Asia? Where do you land at though? Across that bridge. Where you land at in Asia?
Like what part is that?
Yeah.
I forgot right now like what
Okay.
part that is,
Okay.
but it's Asia though. So
That's
it's a
deep. That's deep.
definition. Let me see. Okay,
That's
Turkey.
deep,
Right.
man. That's deep.
So now Europe includes 51 independent states, Russia, Kazakhstan. Well, I read all that. Okay, Europe's largest country is Russia, 37% of total continent area. And which it basically grew because on this one it said 30%. Yeah, see that said 30% for Russia. This time it's saying 37% of total continent area. And the smallest one is Vatican City, which occupies only a tiny territory in the center of Rome. The most visited travel destination in this part of the world is France, with its capital Paris as the best place of interest, followed by Spain, Italy, the United Kingdom, and Germany. So it's the always up to date list of countries of Europe in alphabetical order, and see all of his. So for Europe is Albania, Andorra, Armenia, Austria, Azerbaijan, Belarus, Belgium, Bosnia and Herzegovina,
Yeah. Yeah.
Bu-
Yeah. Yeah.
Bulgaria,
Uh-huh.
um, Croatia, Cyprus,
Mm.
Czechia, Czechia. I
Right.
can't.
Czechoslovakia. Is it?
No, not Czechoslovakia. It's
Okay.
C. It's CZ. I seen it on the map. It's CZECHIA. So it's like Czechia or something.
Okay.
Den- Denmark, Estonia, Finland, France, Georgia, Germany, Greece, Hungary, Iceland, Ireland, Italy, Kazakhstan, Kosovo, Latvia, Liechtenstein, Lithuania, Luxembourg, uh, Malta, Moldova, Monaco, Montenegro, Netherlands, North Macedonia, Norway, Poland, Portugal, Romania, Russia, San Marino, Serbia, Slovakia, Slovenia, Spain, Sweden, Switzerland, Turkey, Ukraine, United Kingdom. Now, see, the good thing about this is brothers that's living and moving abroad. You know what I'm saying? So we gonna get to that after I read this last one or two, because like what made you move over there. So now, so now we in Russia. I mean, now we in Africa. So surrounded by water from all directions, Africa is a continent with clearly defined borders. In the north, it is separated from Europe by the Mediterranean Sea. In the northeast, it's separated from Asia by the Suez Canal, and farther by the Red Sea. From the east of southeast, it is surrounded by the Indian Ocean. From the west by the Atlantic Ocean.
Hmm.
The total number of independent states in Africa is 54. So how you gonna say Asia or Europe is the biggest continent? It don't make
Right.
sense. So you know what I'm saying? So the total number of independent states in Africa is 54.
Right.
So the transcontinental country in this region is Egypt, also having a small part of its territory in Asia. On the other side, that's why you got so many light complected Egyptians, because the mixture, from the traveling. Um, so in Asia and other sides of the Suez Canal, but politically, it is member of the African Union. Among the African countries, the biggest one is Algeria, occupying around 77% of the continent's territory, and the smallest nation is Seychelles. The worldwide famous luxurious beach holiday destination, occupying 115 islands, stretching along the mainland's eastern coast. Colorful Morocco is in the first place among the most popular travel spots in this part of the world. The second place belongs to South Africa, followed by Egypt and Tunisia. So, with that, you have Algeria, Angola, Benin, Botswana, Burkina Faso, Burundi, Cabo Verde, which is Cape Verde, Cameroon, Central African Republic, Chad, Comoros, Congo, the Congo Democratic Republic of the Congo, Cote d'Ivoire, Djibouti, Egypt, Equatorial Guinea, Eritrea, Eswatini, Ethiopia, Gabon, Gambia, Ghana, Guinea, Guinea-Bissau, Kenya, Lesotho, Liberia, Libya, Madagascar, Malawi, Mali, Mauritania, Mauritius, Morocco, Mozambique, Namibia, Niger, Nigeria, Rwanda, Sao Tome and Principe, Senegal, Seychelles, Sierra Leone, Somalia, South Africa, South Sudan, Sudan, Tanzania, Togo, Tunisia, Uganda, Zambia, and Zimbabwe. Now them all the African, them 54 African countries. So I got
That's
I
good.
got I got 30. I'm covering 30 of them. So I got 20 more of them, 24 more of them to complete that.
Hey, look, are you gonna do all those?
Yeah, shit, I'm
What's the?
already there.
Well, I'm just
I
saying, what's the point of doing that? What's your
why
point?
not? What else we gonna do? What we living for? I'm gonna live it to the fullest.
Okay. Well, somebody even asked that question on her, something to that nature. They said,
Uh,
"You see that question there?"
man, I got a lot to learn. What pushes you to want to learn about geographics? I mean, well, you gotta know where you're going. You know what I'm saying? You gotta know where you're going because you know that's how it is. So what I did is just printed out all the countries, all the African countries, all the Asian countries, all the Europe countries. I did all 50 states. You know what I'm saying? So actually, it was my last state was Alaska. But you know, shit, I'm a project baby, man. I come from a project, so when I was a shorty, we used to have this big world map on the wall, and I just remember saying, "Man, I'm going all them places." And I really basically, as an adult now, spoke that into existence
Yeah.
unconsciously. You know what I'm saying? Unbeknownst to me, but I spoke it into existence. But
Yeah.
now switching gears, what made you? Where did you move to first, or what made you move?
Well, Malaysia. I'll tell you what happened to me, man. I had this doctor I was seeing back in the day for he was, it was that Percocet. Before niggas was on the Percocet, my doctor had me for my back pain. He had me on that Percocet and he was doing free medical shit. I was with him for 2 years. He's doing free medical shit in Nicaragua. And he was like, "You should go with me." And this and I said, What's going on? And he kind of explained a little bit to me. So they got me on YouTube and I'm looking like what's the cheapest place to live and all that. And I found Malaysia.
What city
So
was you living in at the time, though?
Oklahoma City.
Okay, all right.
So I just
But
looked
you
around.
from Oklahoma City?
Yeah, yeah,
Okay, so Oklahoma City. All right.
yeah,
Is
yeah.
that
So
considered the Midwest or that's the South?
they say they say Southwest, man.
Oh, Southwest. Okay.
That's what they say. I
Yeah,
mean, I
because
don't know if it's mid.
right after y'all is Austin, Texas, ain't it?
Uh, no, it would be Dallas. Well, I mean, the major would be Dallas. Dallas is like 2 hours away from
And
Oklahoma
right.
City.
So how far is Austin from Dallas?
I don't know. I've never been to Austin.
The reason I'm saying that when we went to South by Southwest and we drove down there, uh I think when we came to OKC, y'all got a big bull or something in the middle of the highway. It's like
It
like
might be. It
a
might
stack.
be. I ain't been there in a while. That might be something new. I ain't been there since
Oh,
2017.
oh yeah. So
But
it's like it was like a big bull in the middle of the expressway, and that's when you knew you hit OKC. And I think right after that was Austin, Texas.
why?
Wait,
I
what's the
guess it's
name in Austin, Texas? Ain't it? Um, South
Dallas.
by Southwest.
Yeah, South by Southwest is in Austin. Yeah.
Right. So soon. So when you come through Austin, I mean when you come through OKC, Austin, right there.
Well, it just gets depends on which way you go. You see what I'm trying? So if I head in that direction, maybe I can hit Austin first or Dallas. I just never been to Austin. I never went to none of that Southwest shit. I just would go to Dallas and Houston. That was it.
Mm.
I never went to anywhere else in Dallas. I mean Texas, just Dallas and Houston, man. Or El Paso and a few other spots, you know what I'm saying? But Dallas was the main thing. People from the city would go to Dallas. That was a big city at the time. And we really didn't have much in Oklahoma City. This is before the Thunder and all that, man. We really didn't have much, so niggas would go to Dallas to really do what they did. And it was on. So I wouldn't know. I wasn't doing no traveling like that to even keep up with this stuff like you do. See, you got to understand it of the geographical part of it, man. And
Hmm.
that's cold. Like when you was reading that stuff off, man, that's a lot. Like, and you
Yeah,
said,
yeah.
yeah, it is. And so
Well, see,
it's
well, see,
overwhelming.
I just printed that one because I had wrote I had wrote the ones that I've been to. I think like on these little sheets, but I'm like, let me print it all the way out. I've been learning the languages and all that.
See, that's a whole nother lane there, cause
Yeah,
when
like Swahili, learning Swahili, Igbo, Yoruba, uh Nigerian language, Ghanaian Twi, Ghana language. Like they don't teach that about us. You know what I'm saying? They don't teach us that in America. So now that they got you did your ancestry.com yet? I mean your
no,
ancestor?
I didn't think
You
that was real, man. I didn't think that's real. I didn't think
oh
it
it,
was real.
it's real.
Okay,
It's real. It's really real. Hey, check
okay,
this out. They went to all African countries and tested the people.
okay,
You know what I'm
okay,
saying? So you gonna know it's real, and I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna give you insight how I knew mine was real. So I'm sitting over there with my grandmama. I'm just chopping it up with her, and they had sent me a link, and said hit it. So when I go hit it, all these people, like 1,200 people, I matched with like 1,200 people. But in the beginning, I didn't know if this from my mama's side, my daddy's side. It was confusing at first. So come to find out, the 1,200 and some people that I linked with was from my daddy's side. But as like how me and you chopping it up right now, my grandmama right here, and when the phone clicked, it was a man picture. So I clicked the picture, and I swear on everything I love. She looked, she said, where you get that picture? That's my cousin CL, back then. They used abbreviation CL, RJ, they got abbreviation names. So she said, so when she said that, I looked at her, I said, oh yeah, this shit real. Cause I ain't never met that man a day in my life. I wouldn't have knew who he was, you know what I'm saying? So now they got it to the point where actually I just had to redo my I had to update it or something, but
okay,
it give you the whole breakdown of 100% of where you from. So
okay,
yours might say you from OKC, and they might do that native. See, this where they getting it confused. And the Dan Calloway brother, it's cool that he's trying to give knowledge on Indians and all that, but what he got to realize is the Europeans was creating them names for people.
okay,
You feel me? Like it was Africa is the birthplace of civilization. So
okay.
everybody is descendants from Africa.
Right,
So that's why with the knowledge that I know, I can't be racist because it's one race, it's the human race.
right,
But we can choose to be prejudiced if we want. But that's
right.
because that's what Europe taught. Separatism, prejudice. You see what I'm saying? So, but over here, when you seeing this long stringy hair and all that, that's because they still Africans, period.
Okay.
But the migration of the climates that they was in gave them skin tones and that type
Altered
of hair.
it altered
Altered
their appearance. Yeah.
exactly. So now you dealing with the red man, as they calling it. You see what I'm saying? So what the Europeans do, they come over here. When they say Christopher Columbus came over here, he said India. He thought he was in India. Or, what I'm saying, he thought he was in India at the time. But in reality, it was a civilization here already because the Africans traveled the whole world and they populated the whole world. Now, people don't know, now that you got this internet, it's so many, um, it's so many bones and artifacts that they're finding. Even they testing the mummies now. You know what I'm saying? So you seen when you get a chance, look up, probably go on YouTube or Google. Chinese scientists um, discover African roots. So while everybody was sitting there talking all this separatism that they was taught from Europe, you know, uh, white supremacy, they are finding out now through DNA that they African. You see what I'm saying? So when the Chinese science did that, and that went on the news and the BBC and all that. Now when you look up and you go in uh what you call that Africa, you see in China, like I was just in, there you go. Yeah. And look, when you can pull up the pull up the Africans of Japan, the Africans of China, with just
Six
all you got.
hundred years. 600 years of Chinese bloodline in Kenya.
Yeah.
Black roots in
Black
China.
roots. So when people be talking about you Chinese eyes, no, them African eyes, them Khoisan eyes, East Africa, South Africa eyes. So they tell her the history in reverse. And then with them learning the separatism as of now, they lay there and don't tell that part of it. But now the people are learning. Exactly. Hey, bro, when you start checking into that, hey man, you gonna be on a whole nother journey. The black Asians. You telling you gonna be on a whole nother journey. So that's why I say when you
What
do
I
your
don't understand, dog, listen. What I don't understand, I don't mean to interrupt you, man, but
go ahead.
I don't understand how they lost the dominance, man. Like, that's crazy. Because I look at over here, they got the Eaters, the black Filipinos, and they in the street begging. I don't know about the other ones. They might be somewhere rich, but the ones I see is on the streets begging. And I'm like, y'all lost y'all position, man. We lost our position. Everybody lost their position down there. Even
Mm-hmm.
even in like South Africa countries and stuff. I mean, how did that? How did they? Okay, if the original, which should be the strong, well, I ain't gonna get into that, but should be the strongest, the original. Then you got someone that wanders off, and then they get altered. And although they look different, so really, I guess it still is African domination. It's just the light ones is dominating.
Right. And see what happened. If you look at right now, if you go on a college campus, it's a mixed breed of everybody. If you go on a college campus, you're gonna see the European girls dating all the Chinese guys. Or you're gonna see all the European guys uh dating all the Asian girls. Cause they trying to, for some reason, keep that skin tone. But see, when you had Trump lay there and build this wall and all that, because on a census report, Mexicans check in as white. You knew that?
Yeah, I seen that. I seen it. I seen
So
it.
so that go to show you it hasn't changed. The white supremacies act that they put on, it never changed. So and now when he come and they thinking that, hey, he our brother, and then he say, no, y'all ain't my brother. I'm building this wall on y'all. The dose of reality kick in. There go the supremacy again. The Aryan nation. That's where all that kick in at again. You know what I'm saying? So that was the rude awakening to them. But it's the same as just
I'll ask you that. Well, I ain't gonna ask you that because I was gonna put you on the spot and ask you. See, it's kind of hard to because the respect I got for you, man. I don't want to just, ask certain questions, man, because I don't want to
I
put
mean,
you in a
I mean,
situation.
you can ask whatever you want. I see if I'm gonna answer it or I'm gonna know
Okay,
it.
okay.
You know what
Well,
I'm
what I'm
saying?
saying is, so you saying was Trump? Was he wrong for that?
Yeah, because it's considered ignorance. You know what I'm saying?
No,
It's
I'm
the
just saying. But I mean, he got room for everybody over here to just. I mean,
I
I don't
mean,
want to get into that, but I'm just saying.
but you got to get into it because it's supposed to be the land of the free. America is supposed to be the land of the free, the home of the brave, and all this. But in reality, what happened was it's when Europe put their gangster down,
Okay.
and Europe said, "Hey man, we found this new land over here. It got water. It put it like this. It's like with us right now. If we get a few $1,000,000, where we gonna move to
Right,
first?
right.
And you know this though. We get a
Yeah.
few million. Where we moving to first
Right.
in America?
To out to where they at.
No, we
To the
gonna move
to,
to like Mike. We gonna move to
right,
Miami.
Miami,
You see what I'm
Hawaii.
saying?
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Anywhere
yeah.
where that water at. You feel me?
Okay,
So that's
okay.
really America was just prime real estate. You
Okay.
see what I'm saying? It was prime real
Okay.
estate. So
Follow you now.
so
I'm following you.
so you see what I'm saying? So when Spain and and Europe and the rest, when the whole Europe was traveling that water and stumbling up over here, because they had to send word back. So they using Christopher Columbus as the person that came over here and discovered America. And he said,
Mhm.
hey man, we could go over here. They got some crops going. Because you got to think they was over here growing stuff already. It
Right.
was a civilization already here. So,
Oh,
but their motive was to go everywhere and take over. That was their whole thing. I don't know if you seen the new movie with it's out right now. Damn, what's his name? Napoleon. Is it Napoleon? I think the Napoleon movie.
okay.
And
No.
he was treacherous, you know what I'm saying? But they sent him from Italy, France, and all that, and they was fighting each other, and but they was tweaking on each other. You know what I'm saying? Spain was going against Italy. They was even going against each other. So now they find this new area over here, and what you gonna do? We gonna fight for this new land. So it's like you gonna fight for the better. You got to think they over there freezing cold. They in this cold climate, and then you come over here and you seeing four seasons. You getting your spring, fall, your summer, your winter. So they like, okay, we gonna set up shop. You know what I'm saying? That's just like us finding a dead end block somewhere, one way in, one way out. We about to trap. Cause we ain't gonna be getting caught. It's one way in. The popo, we gonna have security at the end of the block. So soon as they come up the block, popo coming. Everybody can stash their work and they good. That's just how this was. It was prime real estate over here. They got water. They seeing these people and they got spears and little hatchets, but Europe coming with gunpowder and guns. So they already knew whatever you got, you couldn't defeat them. So then they put the fear of God in you once they lined up 30 of y'all and hit 5 of y'all in the head. You know what the other 25 was gonna do. They was gonna bow down. And that's really it. That was just they just put the gangster down. It ain't really rocket science. They had guns, and that's why they made it a law. You got the right to bear arms. They did that for a reason.
Mhm.
Cause anytime that they feel like they wanna uh put the gangster down again, you don't think they can? They
Oh,
showing you every day.
yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So whenever they think one of us was building a group of political smart thinkers, they knock them off. And it's been happening since beginning of time. So right now, if somebody come up and act like they want to form a union for us and our culture, it's gonna happen again. That's why you hearing the little slogans: protect him at all costs, protect her at all costs. But you really can't protect it because uh Big Brother, as they call it, got all the resources to get rid of whoever you want to get rid of. When Gaddafi, they wanted that when he said, "Hey, we're gonna make one union, we're gonna make one currency for Africa and gold." We ain't got no gold, so we was gonna be the third world country now. What the gangsters do? Oh, we got to get them up out of here. You
Yeah.
see what I'm saying?
With ease. If they
That
get him, they can get anybody.
that's what I'm saying. So they feel like, and they been getting anybody, man, just like right now. I think some 5 or 6 presidents of Africa right now been getting knocked off. They just died in a car crash. I mean, a helicopter crash in Vegas. Come on, man, or L.A., Cali. They was somewhere. One of them
I didn't hear
billionaires.
about that one. I didn't hear about that one.
That's recent. That's recent right now. Like within the last month. Within the
Yeah,
last month.
no, yeah.
So it,
Especially during the pandemic, I was hearing, they was getting knocked off. Then that's when I was hearing about it. After that, I didn't hear nothing else about it. I did hear about that one because they said, "Oh, girl had something to do with her husband getting killed." So I don't know what
mhm.
that's, but that's the only ones I was really hearing about. But like you said, it's a pattern, man. It's a pattern. So I guess I don't know, man. They outsmarting us, man. I guess I don't know. I don't know what to
Peace to the
say.
chat. Peace to the chat.
So,
I mean, they ain't really you know, outsmarting us. They putting their gangster down. They ruling with an iron fist, man. That's what they doing. They ruling with an iron fist. You
right,
got to think, if you in position to rule the laws of the land with no repercussions, come on, bro. What you gonna do? You know how they say like snitches get a get out of jail free card.
right,
So if he an active snitch and he working with the feds, he gonna still be selling work. He gonna be doing everything until he
right,
get caught. And when he
right.
get caught, he gonna use his get out of jail free card. He gonna say, "Oh, he an informant or whatever." So call his lieutenant or whoever they got to check in with, and bam, he right back on the streets again.
They got immunity. Shit.
Exactly, and that's what the government that's what they doing. If they want something you got, they coming to take it. These the biggest pimps, man. They
Yeah.
taxing everything. Listen, it's crazy. Who was that they just tried to cancel or something? Was it the brother, the actor? He actually from here, but he was claiming Cleveland. Man, what's the brother? Hard. It's hard out here for a pimp.
Oh, you talking
What's
about
his damn what's his name?
I can't. I seen where he was speaking up on some shit. I can't
From
think. I
from
can't.
Empire. You know, the one
Yeah,
from
yeah, yeah,
Empire.
yeah.
I
I
don't
know
know
you
why I
talking
can't
about.
think his
Shoot,
name.
shoot. They'll say it in the chat. They know what we talking about. I
Yeah.
can't. I can't think of that man's name. Maine. The dude say Maine all the time.
Terrence
Tell
Howard.
Howard.
Thanks, rap. Thank rap.
Yeah.
Yeah, Terrence Howard. So
Okay.
you know, so he spoke on that. You know what I'm saying? And man, it is what it is. It's like when he said that, now all of a sudden the IRS on him trying to lock him up. Cause
See,
he
I didn't
what he
see. I
said,
didn't catch that.
yeah,
I caught what he was saying. I caught what he was
what he
saying, but
said, what he said was, how are you gonna tax us when we built this land? So y'all should be paying us restitution. That's where the restitution coming from.
yeah,
Once y'all realized that slavery was abolished and slavery was wrong, y'all was supposed to bless us and hit us with restitution. Instead, y'all letting foreigners come over here and get the money that's owed to us and our ancestors. So then they flip it and say, how do we know you direct descendants from them slaves? And I think that's what brought about the DNA test because they all trying to get this money. You know, it's trillions of dollars owed to us. It's land owed to us. They giving land to people that's calling themselves natives. That if you do their DNA test, it's gonna say 80% Asian. You see what I'm saying?
right.
So, or they gonna have a percentage of African. But so how do you? So who is really the native? Who is really indigenous to this land for real? But we just know that they not gonna give it to us. That's why they keep giving all these stipulations. They keep coming up with something different. That new lawyer, uh, he fighting for it. He been winning big, huge cases for this. So they getting on it. And like right now, that's why they giving $1 billion and some dollars to Ukraine. And you know, like how y'all giving $1 billion to them and we got all these homeless people here in America? It's crazy.
Yeah, it's more to it than that. I know when it comes to that stuff, it's a little bit.
And
I,
then why y'all got friends? And why y'all still got Haiti indebted to France just because they defeated y'all in the war, cut their heads off and sent them back over there? You know what I'm saying? And they got them indebted to them for eternity. And ain't nobody changed that yet. No lawmakers changed that yet. They just letting the people of Haiti suffer for stuff that their ancestors done. Because the people of today didn't do none of that. They
right.
descendants.
Convenient. It's convenient, man. It's
Yeah.
convenient for. Yeah, that's it. It would be inconvenient for them to get this right over here and get the money right, get everybody straight, get everybody what they should get or close to it. I don't. They can't get close. You can't. That's not. They ain't got enough money to pay back that shit. They don't have it, man. They would bankrupt the United States technically. So whatever they give you, they should be able to do something. They don't want to do it because they feeling some kind of way about it, man. And it would empower some people, and it would destroy some people. So I don't know, man. It might not be a good thing. It's gonna be a good thing for others. Because you think about it, when they did desegregation, everybody thought that was a good thing, and it turned
Mm-hmm.
into a bad thing.
Exactly,
So
separatism. So
right,
look,
so
so now we switching it up a little bit. So now you leave OKC, you go to Malaysia. What did you think about that? Following the doctor.
well, when I got there, it was a crazy experience, man. Cause it was like I had people running from me and shit. Like I kind of lost it, man. I was in McDonald's and this I think she was Chinese. I don't know, but I got to her. She started screaming and shit. Like it was like I was like, bitch, ain't nothing wrong with me. I was younger and I took my drink. I had my food. I just pouring drinks on the bitch, like because I was offended, man, and it
Right.
really that bitch was screaming like something was fucking wrong with me. But I didn't realize what I
Cause
was doing.
some of them never seen a black person in person before. So you didn't
Yeah.
think of that. But that
No,
like
I didn't.
I remember one time getting on the elevator. We was at the airport. And a lady, it was a lady, a husband, and a little child. We got on the elevator, and my man turned around and tried to smile at the little kid. Man, that baby screamed to the top of her lungs. She screamed to the top of her lungs, and I think she was from like Russia or somewhere. But the mother and them was apologizing, like, we're so sorry, we're so sorry. She never seen a black person in
Yeah.
person before. So you gotta think it's like 3 or 4 of us on the elevator with the parents. Man, I was like, that was the first time I ever witnessed something like that.
Well, I got a better understanding because I seen this video where this white guy he went to some village in Africa and they was running from him. They was screaming the
Mm-hmm.
white. So I got a better understanding seeing that. I said, okay, I understand. It's just because we know we come from a different fear. Like the stuff we fear is like the violence of in the hood and the getting arrested, going to the penitentiary for life and all that type of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And so that fear is, you really don't fear man for like I guess because we've been around these white boy stuff, so you just really don't have that same fear. So I didn't understand that initially how that would be like someone be afraid of me. And then I started noticing that the Africans, man, that were there were I did some research and they were like on some, uh, drug selling. They had a reputation there, man, to where I was like, I can't deal with this, man. So, but you know what? And I met this chick over there. And she tried to say she's from Jamaica, and we were ordering food. This was like the room service. We was ordering food, and I was discussing it when I said, "Why they don't like Africans here?" Then she went off like, "Well, y'all in America, they killing y'all. It's the police." And I said, "Well, I've been just talking about here." So, and I'm ordering food. The lady is talking to me one way, polite and all this shit. I give a girl the phone. The lady she's like, "Why are you talking to me like that? Why you didn't talk to him like that?" I said, "I told you they don't like y'all here." So it's like that's another thing we have to deal with when we're traveling is they don't know where we come from. They don't know if we African or they don't know if we American. Because I know one thing: when I tell them I'm a Black American, they change up.
Mm-hmm.
They, a whole different vibe from Africa. Even when I was just in Thailand, I had this bitch with me. She wanted to take a picture with the police because she's from the Philippines, and she was taking. And they asked me, "Where are you from?" I said, "America." They said, "Oh, good country, good country." They wanted to know, man. So it's like it's a lot of stuff in the air. It's a lot of different elements and demographics that affect a person when they traveling, man. You know what I'm saying? One thing is, I don't know, have you ever run into any problems while you was traveling, like just either with immigration or the people or the police or whatever?
No, but the only problem had just happened when COVID started and I was in Colombia. And damn, I don't know what happened. Something was, but it was like as if it was said to not let me back through or something. Oh, in Canada too. That happened in Canada. I was coming from Italy, I think, and it was a bad snowstorm or something in the Shy. So the plane had to make an emergency landing in Canada. So if you're a felon and all that, they can refuse you or don't want you in their country. Them Australia is like that, and somebody else was just somewhere. They flew all the way there and they turned him around. He was a felon, and they turned him around, and I was like, "Damn, they did." I didn't
They got
even know.
access to that. They got access to if a nigga's a felon in the states.
Yeah, if you're a felon in the state, they don't want you over there because
But how they know? But I'm saying they got access to that information.
it's in the database now. Everything updated. Yeah.
Wow.
hmm I mean, and you got to
They
think about
sharing
it
information like that, man.
when people was fleeing the country and all that, they had to tighten up. They had to tighten up. Because you got a few countries, that don't have an expedition treaty.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
You know what I'm saying? So that's why Cuba, they didn't never like Cuba, because if you made it to Cuba, you was good. And
Bali
like,
is one too.
yeah,
Bali's one.
Bali too. Yeah.
That's why they say Russell is there right now. So
Yeah.
ain't nothing
Uh-huh.
for us.
Right. But certain places in Africa was like that too. But if you had offered them some money, they gonna give you up. Really, all of them, like, for real, all of them like that. I mean, they did a good brother of mine like that. He had 7 coffee plantations over in Africa, and when the feds was trying to get him or wanted him, they they told the government, y'all can seize all his stuff and give him us, and they sold him out. Yeah.
mm, cheap. Damn, that was cheap. They sold them out cheap.
Oh,
Oh well.
they say Dubai and other Muslim countries do not have extradition laws. Well, we know that ain't true because that's how they locked the hush puppy dude up from Nigeria. They in Dubai they sold him out.
See, I didn't
He
even
o-
hear, even know what happened with him on that. But they
yeah,
sold.
he was over there balling and trying to basically outstunt them. Jealousy come in all forms. They don't care. They don't care where you from. So he over there balling, riding slick, up 300 and some million. They come in the crib. He got about 20 to 50 million in cash in the crib. But one of them snitched him out.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
So did you? So they just gave you a hard time in Canada because even though it was just like a emergency landing, they gave you a hard time. But then you what how did it turn out?
I had to run like OJ through the airport because you can't hold me against my will. I didn't fly over here. The plane made a emergency stop. So I seen that they was letting the people go up the escalator. Oh, man, watch out. Got to go. Ran up to the podium. They drove down. The lady they come from behind the podium. What's going on? Now they trying to hold me against my will. I posted it. It's on my page. They made me. I missed that flight, but they made me sign a paper saying I would never come back over there until I got my felonies handled or whatever. But I posted it. Yeah. But I'm already still y'all ain't gonna hold me over here. Canada got their own kind of little language. So they was talking something. They was talking something. His internet went out.